So, Gloucester Rugby versus Leicester Tigers. Can we make it back-to-back wins against a team we have a very good recent record against? I think we've won last 6 games, last 3 at Kingsholm, um, 8th against ninth. Obviously, a Gloucester team that started well with 2 wins in their opening 2 fixtures, but now have lost the last 4 games. And obviously, we're off the back of a good win against Northampton. Internationals back, another week to embed into Michaela's system. But more importantly, another day of another game of the Slater Cup, raising more money for the Forehead fundraiser. And for the first time, the double header, bringing the Gloucester Hartpury women in, and obviously Leicester Tigers women. It's going to be a brilliant day tomorrow, isn't it? Hopefully raise a load of money, and yeah, another great day for the great man Ed Slater. On to the teams. So, I think we all saw that comment from the presser about Michaela. Oh, Montoya's a few weeks away. Well, I think we all got a bit of a shock at 12 o'clock today, didn't we? But backline, Stewart, Bassett, Scott, Kelly, Hassel-Collins, Pollard, Youngs. Kind of as expected, apart from the centre pairing. I think that's the only thing we were maybe a bit unsure on. Would have gone Kata Porter. I think they played well last week, and I think Porter defensively had a very good game. But he's gone Kelly Scott, which for the past few years has been our best centre pairing. I think they just complement each other really, really well. We probably play our best rugby with them two in the midfield. Obviously, Kelly he's had a mixed start to the season, not quite the best that we expect. Matt Scott coming back from an injury. Hopefully they can really combine well and we can give the ball to our wings. Last week I felt like we didn't utilise them enough on the rewatch. So hopefully they can really help with our attacking play. Apart from that, as I said, almost expected. Into the pack, Cronin, Montoya, Hayes, Henderson, Chesham, Liebenberg, Reffelvisa. Yeah, I almost love Dan McKellar for that. We haven't really seen that side of him in the pressers. He's been very honest. Obviously said a bit more about injuries than Steve did and Wiggy, but I just love the fact that he said to Adam, he's a few weeks away, don't expect to see him. But no, Julio Montoya back in that number 2 shirt, back being captain. I think we've missed him absolutely massively. I know that Charlie Clare has played very well, and I know that maybe not as much missed his play as such, which is probably not quite the right thing, but for me it's the captaincy that I think we've missed massively. I think that's the biggest impact he's going to have on the game tomorrow. Just his conversations with the ref, I feel like he's just a brilliant captain, isn't he? Hamro's a player that is a brilliant player and will lead by example, but he's almost been not pushed as such, but he's not a out and out captain for me. He's just more of a lead by example captain. So having Montoya back is just brilliant for that role, and Hamro can knuckle down and lead by example, play the brilliant rugby he's played so far this season. I think it works for all parties there. Having him back is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Apart from that, it's a brilliant pack, isn't it? For me, that is the best 15 we can put out. The strongest, just the combinations. I think maybe the only question would be maybe Martin in for Henderson or Chesham, but the whole 15, that is super, super strong. Great combinations that we know work well as well. Onto the bench, Clare, Whitcomb, Cole, Wells, Rogerson, Whiteley, Shilcock, Catter. It's a very, very good bench as well, isn't it? Good to see Whitcomb hasn't played too much this season. I don't think he's actually played in the Premiership this season. Bringing Cole and him on off the bench is a power move. Shilcock, Catter, it's going to be great to see them in the second half. It's a very, very strong 23. Probably the strongest 23 we've put out so far this season. Yeah, I'd be scared if I was a Gloucester fan looking at that. Speaking of Gloucester, onto their team. So Carreras, Rees-Zammit, Harris, Atkinson, Thorley, Barton and Varney. Obviously the headlines there is that back three, probably one of the best back threes in the league. Carreras is a brilliant player. Obviously has played quite a lot of 10 for them, but I think his best position is at 15. Had a good World Cup. Reece Zammit, give him an inch of space, he's going to score. Got to really, really keep him quiet. And Thorley's just an all-round great winger. I think the 9-10 is obviously a good 9 and 10, but it's not quite to the level of our 9 and 10. I think that could be a key battle. Into the pack, Vivas, McGuigan, Balmain, Clark, Alemano, Thomas, Ludlow and Clements. Again, it's a very decent pack, but I think on paper ours is a lot stronger than that. George McGuigan's obviously a great player, he used to play with us back in the day, always scores tries. Vivas is Argentine, Luced, who's at the World Cup. Alemano, similar, very, very good Argentine. Freddie Thomas, don't know too much about. Obviously a young back rower who's played a lot this year. I think he's played in every fixture, so we're interested to see how he gets on. And Lewis Ludlow is obviously a brilliant captain, a great all-round 7. Onto the bench, Cecino, Elrington, Ford Robinson, Clark, Donnell, Young, Atkinson, Hillman, Cooper. Again, there's a lot of youngsters on there. Clark, Donnell, Hillman, Cooper, all very exciting young prospects, but not quite to the strength that we've got on the bench. So that could be a big factor in the last 20. But yeah, it's an interesting Gloucester team. Obviously, the age-old saying is it's their year, and then they have a couple of victories and everyone's buzzing, but then suddenly they lose a few games and they're kind of out of it. Kind of the same story this year. Won the first 2 fixtures, but lost the last 4. Should have won last weekend, but they just capitulated in the last 5-10 minutes. Same old Gloucester. But that shows that they're a very good team to get close to beating Exeter this season at Sandy Park is some feat. So there'll be no mugs. It's strong. I think the main thing for me is that back 3. I think I've got some stats here. They've made 400 more metres ball in hand than us, and the clean breaks they've made 43. We've made 15. So that shows a picture there. Exciting attacking force, especially that back 3. Our kick chase has just got to be absolutely on it. Give them no space to work with, because if we give them any space, they're going to cause absolute havoc. And as I said already, I think the half-backs is definitely a difference. We can try and win that battle quite comprehensively, really. Obviously, we've got Pollard and Young's just an international class. Pollard, probably the best 10 at the moment in the world. Barton is a good player, but still young, learning his trade. Varney, similar, young international. I think that could be a real difference there. It's probably not the same. Well, it's definitely not the same category as last week as a must-win game, but for me, this is a vital game. We need to pick up these back-to-back wins, string along a few wins against Newcastle as well next week. Going into the European break, I feel like these, and last week, these 3, if we get 3 wins here, we're looking tidy come Christmas time in the Premiership. So yeah, this is a vital place to get a win. Somewhere we have a brilliant record recently as well. So prediction, I've gone for Tigers by 5. Yeah, hopefully I think last week I was quite close to the prediction, but I haven't got many right this season. But yeah, Tigers by 5 for me. I think the halfbacks will make a difference. I think our bench will make a difference. And I think the confidence that we built from last week will make a big difference as well. But yeah, as I already said, hopefully raise a lot of money for the 4Ed Foundation. And hopefully it's just a brilliant day of 2 brilliant rugby games. Hopefully it's close to being sold out. Hopefully there's going to be a good lot of Leicester supporters there as well. So yeah, buzzing to make the trip down tomorrow and hopefully see a few of you there.